Hey everybody, just figured I'd show y'all the progress I made on my Hellcat over the weekend. Got the spare fuselage in Saturday, and actually I had this working yesterday, but I was trying to drop test, and from 5 feet up it snapped the center links off in here. Haven't repaired it yet. I wanted to get it functioning, make sure that, you know, by my measurements and the same placement for production reasons, it continues to work. Which it does, so I'll go ahead and demonstrate that now. Pulls up all the way in. Let's see, kind of doing this while in front of the camera, it's kind of weird, but they come down, they lock into these posts. I can trim out the either the ball links on the inside, or I can trim out the servo itself. I have several places of adjustment to get these to work just right. So when these go up for sale, I'll build them just kind of standard based upon the model that I have, that I'm working with right now. And as you install these via the instructions I'll provide like cutouts and how far deep to cut your notches and things like that based upon what I've done. And you know, everybody's will vary a little bit, and just kind of it allows adjustments for different people's building, because, you know, one might not be as exact as the other. But as you can see, it's all mounted on one stick under here that I've constructed. And let's see, hold on. Oh, here's the skid plate. Goes right back on. I'll have to build gear doors, and know the gears don't like coming down when it's upside down. So, you know, I don't see anybody trying to land that way. But I think a lot of that has to do with just a little bit of pressure. You can increase your throw rates. Mine are real minimal throw rates, and I'm still getting function out of it. Very little servo chatter. One servo operation. So I can increase throw rates, and I'm sure I'll get more of an effect out of it. I'm using the HS225 Metal Gear servo. This one's pretty old, so it's still working it. But I'm going to hit it with, I'm going to take all this apart, hit it with some 30-minute epoxy tonight, wrap it, make sure everything's solid, one part, and probably won't install it permanently into my other plane just yet. I want to do the tail wheel mod on this to make sure that I can get the function off a centralized servo in here. Oh, speaking of things that go inside, I do want to point out that my 1350 Rhino battery that I use, this is a little bit bigger than the stock battery, but with the retracts up, it still slides right in. And a lot of people probably tuck the wires down. You can flip it over, whichever way to get the wires to run on the other side. You can tuck them down just like you normally do, and the retracts still function all the way up, all the way down. They lock into place. So factory battery stays. There's a 2200 probably isn't going to fit in with a spacer. In fact, I got 2200 hooked up right now, so let me just slide this in. Zippy 2200. A lot of my buddies are flying with these. Sliding it in with the retracts up is a chore. With the retracts down, it's no big deal. It should go. So, you know, most of y'all probably have your retracts down anyway. You'll just take it, slide it straight in. But once it's in, the retracts come up. Looks like it might be touching it just a little bit. So 2200 battery is probably going to be pushing it. Besides, we've already added, I think it's 3, maybe 4 ounces. No, 2.9 ounces of weight. This whole retract unit so far, with servo and everything, weighs 2.9 ounces to the front. So you're probably not going to want to fly with the 2200 battery. I know a lot of you guys like that longer flight time, but I'm getting 6 minutes off of 1350. So I guess it kind of depends on what you have in your arsenal of batteries. The 2200 does fit, but the wheels just don't quite come up all the way. It hits a little bit of contact here, and that's with no spacer. If you're flying a 2200 with a spacer, there's no way it's going to work unless I might have to try it later. but I can dial down all these ball lengths and the clevises that are in here, and I can screw them all the way down, and I might be able to get a shorter throw range out of it. And maybe I'll be able to get it to where the 2200 will fit. I'll just have to tinker with it more. I haven't gotten to that point. I just got it working yesterday and my next goal is to tear it down, check measurements, and epoxy it for permanency. So hopefully I'll have a flight video in the next couple weeks. But I did just want to post this and let everybody take a look, see what it's all about. So and that chatter is the servo wanting to lock in. The servo's getting a little bit of warm here, and I think it's just because I'm actuating over and over again. Normal flight, the servo's not going to get this kind of attention, you know. And we're coming up on 6 minutes, so you would have already landed the plane by now on a 1350. So you're not going to have any kind of stress on this servo at all as far as flight's concerned. Still would probably recommend a separate BEC, because you're running elevator, 2 ailerons, and a rudder servo. So that's 4 servos off of 1 ESC. Get you a sport BEC. I recommend that for anything over 4 servos, and that's just good safety protocol. That's just going to save you in a time of need. If you get carried away, you forget to set your timer, whatever the reason, you know, you'll still be able to fly her in and have control over your servos, even though your motor might not be operational. So anyway, that's it for now, guys. Just thought I'd, you know, show y'all, let you check it out, and hopefully y'all like it. And as soon as I can flight prove it, I'll see if I can get some kits together and get some reasonable pricing. A lot of my parts have changed. Instead of running 2 servos, I'm back down to 1. So I'm going to break it down, see what parts cost is. I think I'll end up coming out cheaper than what I quoted a few of you gentlemen that sent me PMs. I have not forgotten about you. You are first on my list since y'all PM'd me. And as soon as I get this thing all squared away, I'll be in touch. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.